Yeah, buddy, it's Potty here with Rinkside. We're here for our third episode. Our co-host Chewy is actually on vacation today, so we've got a very special guest, our first guest co-host, the world famous David Leathers. David, how you doing today?
Hey, doing good, Potty. How are you doing? Thanks for having me on here.
Hey, my pleasure to do so. Thanks for making time. I know it was kind of short notice.
Oh, I'm sure. I always wanted to do this show at some point, so I'm excited to get on here and talk some goals with you.
All right, awesome. Well, we'll have a more in-depth interview in the future because you're a star in the league, and it's a privilege to have you on here today. But I do have a few questions along the way, but we'll be kind of going around the traditional route of the show. So just kind of starting off, like how do you see the season going so far? Are you enjoying it? How do you feel your team's playing?
Yeah, it's been a fun season so far, I'd say. With Dublin coming off, we won the championship last season. High expectations, I'd say. Team's been playing pretty well. We've had a little roster shakeup, but we're working through it. And looking forward to the playoffs. And personally, players been doing well and having fun in the locker room. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's been a great experience for me. First year here on Dublin. Certainly looking up to people like you. You keep it really interesting in the ways in which kind of things come together and then play out on the ice, and appreciate having your leadership in the locker room.
Absolutely.
And I'm curious, like who or what brought you into the league?
Yeah, I'm in a few other sim leagues, and I heard rumblings of a hockey league starting about a year ago, and I reached out to, I believe it was Doug Britton, and I said, hey, I heard about Gold. Send me the server. I'll come check it out. Been here since, so that's how I got started in the league. Right around when it was founded.
Oh, excellent. And where did you know Doug from?
We're in SFL together, as well as a couple others. ESL. He and I are both in too many leagues. They all run together at some point. But
oh, well, excellent. It's great to hear kind of the origin story here. But let's look at the present day. Are you ready to kind of dive into the standings and leaderboards?
Oh, let's do it.
All right. So here are the current standings for goals. I will zoom out a little bit. Can you see those okay?
I can.
Okay. What do you make of this?
There's two things that jumped out at me when I was looking at these. Just the clump at the top, right? Jacksonville, Alaska, Florida, Dublin, all separated by a couple points, standings-wise. And then if you go just a little further down to the 7 through 9, Redwater, Albuquerque, and Glasgow, they are also separated by just 3 points. So that's sort of what I'm going to be watching over the last couple of weeks of the season. How does this play out amongst these two groupings of teams, with Turku and Vegas are sort of somewhat locked into their positions there. Obviously, there's still 2 weeks left. Things can change, but that's what I'm looking at.
Oh, very, very inquisitive. How many teams make it in the playoffs?
I believe there will be 18 in the playoffs this season goals.
Okay, so definitely nothing is set in stone yet. What the teams going in are going to look like.
No, a lot left up in the air still. I want to say there's just been one team that's been officially eliminated so far. So, I mean, vast majority of the league still plenty of it to play, stuff to play for you.
Yeah, excellent. Well, let's look at. So we've seen the standings. Let's go into the leaderboards, and there's one specific leaderboard. Right now, we're looking at the regular pros leaderboards. I wanted to look at hits. And when I was talking to Krieg, he mentioned that on the hits leaderboard, you're going to see a bunch of defensive players, and there's going to be one winger there. And there he is, Joaquim Alou, with 69 hits standing out.
Man, that guy is such a good player. It's so fun to watch him play, fly around, and he's crashing into people as a forward. It reminds me of Ovechkin a little bit, just in how he is so aggressive, and like you said, he's up there with all the defensemen. Yeah, he's fun. He's one of the guys I like to watch in the league for sure.
Oh yeah, and at the bottom of the list is Raska Santagria, who is a rookie, and if we look at the rookie hits, oops, we've got Raska right there at the top, lefty, and another. There's two offensive players in here. We've got Not Satisfied, the only center, a little bit behind Raska, but still up there with prominence. And then we've got the Bob of Dublin over there with 33 hits. What do you think makes for a strong defensive offenseman?
Yeah, I think just that willingness to do it right, because if you watch goals enough, you'll notice some players shy away from that more, right? I mean, they're more focused on passing or scoring, spacing, what have you. So I mean, I think these players are well built to do that, and that's what helps them get up into the hits leaders. Amongst all these other defensemen, which are they're obviously built to do that sort of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. It's impressive to see what plays out on the ice. And moving along, we've got the switching gears from the pros. We've got the minors up there. What have you made of the minors this year?
It's been very competitive, the games that I've watched, and I think that's kind of been how the minors have been more or less since the league has started. Everybody's fairly new to the league, so kind of on the same footing. But I always try and catch those games when I can because they're fun to watch and see the new people how they're doing. Shout out to Vancouver at the top of the standings there, and Warsaw just 1 point behind. So competitive as usual.
Yes, it's been a really thrilling experience coaching in the minors. I really enjoyed my time playing in the minors, so the opportunity to give back is one of the things I really enjoy about this league. And based on these standings, yeah, Vancouver, Warsaw, just a point away, and then I think interesting is 5 through 6, Manitoba, Atlantic, Saskatoon are all, and Iceland kind of somewhat 1 to 2 points away. So I think only 4 teams are making it in the playoffs this year. So the slate is yet to be kind of defined yet.
Yeah, here's my PSA. Go watch the minors games. They're fun and competitive almost always.
Yes, absolutely. And you got to stay up late to watch them sometimes. But they are the only ones that play on the weekends, which I enjoy that.
Sure.
So let's see. All right, so got a couple questions for you. I'm curious, how did you get your name?
It's my actual name in real life, so there's not much to say about that.
Nice. So a real namer. What about the number 11? What's the significance behind that?
Yeah, it's always just been my favorite number. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the symmetry of the ones. But any of these sim leagues or real sports leagues that I've played in, I'm always trying to get 11 if I can. So
What's your backup number if you can't get 11?
I usually go with 22. Again, maybe the symmetry there. Yeah, I in SFL I wore 23 for a little bit, and that was alright too. Michael Jordan's old number.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm glad you got 11 on our team, and I hope it doesn't come soon, but one day it will be hung up in I don't know what our stadium name is, but it'll be up there in the rafters.
I want to say the Dragon's Lair.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
All right, are you ready for Potty's Plays of the Week?
Hey, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, so we're going to kick things off with we got Florida versus Turku. Turku lays down a big hit, and then we've got Conrad on the Challengers who gets demolished, but still lays down that puck into the goal. I thought that one was impressive. And I'll let you take the next one.
That sounds good. We've got Guido Hammer here from Norfolk, just going on the breakaway and getting it past the goalie. I believe Albuquerque ended up winning this game, but this was a huge goal as well at that time of the game. It put Norfolk ahead by just 5 minutes left in the third period. So this is a big one.
Oh yeah, I like that one. The hammer just smashes into the goalie.
Yeah.
And so over here next we've got Cleveland's coming down and passes it to Heather Gray. Heather Gray hit her 80th career goal. That was the first player in goals to hit 80 goals. She's currently still the league record holder with 81 goals, but a milestone event. What have your experiences been playing against Gray?
Yeah, shout out to Heather, first of all. We loved having her in Dublin, and she's got her number retired here, rightfully so. But yeah, I mean, playing against her, it's a challenge. I mean, she's quick and can score, can pass. Total package.
Oh yeah. All right, here's yours.
Okay, so let's see. We've got Redwater bringing it down here, and then Kevin Say with the slap shot right there. I mean, he just really cranks this thing back, and yeah, 5-hole, right? Great job.
Yeah. This is the same Kevin Say as the SFL Kevin Say, right?
I do believe so.
Yeah. The running back. He's on the Dragons. Yeah, great goal. All right, let's see. And next up, we've got Cleveland's skating around, hits the shot off, but it gets blocked by Solberg, who takes it up the ice. And Solberg probably could shoot right there, but instead passes it to Fairway, who sinks in the goal. I really like this play because it's showing really a lot of versatility to be able to block a shot, take the puck, and then take it all the way up the ice, which I don't know, for me is a challenge. And then it's like very selfless, gives it to the teammate to take the goal in and, walks away with the assist.
Yeah, 100%. It's, defense leading to offense. Great individual effort by Solberg there.
Yeah. All right, and let's wrap up the plays of the week with this one.
Oh, this was the Stonewall game saving save in the waning moments. What a play, and earning the 2 points for the Sinners there. Shout out Stonewall.
Yeah, great way to close things out in the clutch moments. Certainly probably has a high poise attribute or two. All right, so I got a couple 3 questions left for you. I'm curious. You've been in here for some time. Yeah, a lot of people look up to you. What do you want to get out of the league?
I never got to play hockey growing. I played so many sports growing up, and still, continue to be active as an adult. But I never did get to play hockey, so it's kind of fun getting to be in this league and do that. But really, again, just the community. I knew people that had started this league and that were in this league. I enjoy just being here, hanging out with everybody, having fun. We all get to sort of forget our troubles for a little bit and just go watch some hockey. So I love that.
Yeah, I love that too. It's a nice escape from reality, but then you're still a part of a real world where there's real people, in these different roles, and everybody kind of comes together. It's a really great thing that we have here. And speaking of that, I'm kind of curious, how would you improve the league, and what are you doing about that to make it a reality?
That's a great question. So I actually serve as a player rep, which is kind of fun. I get to vote occasionally on different things that might come up with all the teams. So that's one thing I do, and try and serve the players' best interest when I'm voting. But yeah, that's another thing I would say to anybody watching this. If you're a player and you have an issue you'd like to raise, please feel free to come to me, or there's a couple other players reps as well. You can take concerns to, and we're happy to pass those on for you guys. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see where this league goes. I think we're since I've been in it since it started, we're always striving to improve, and I think we've definitely made some good progress and have a nice league going here. So that's
And
good.
oh yeah. And so where do you kind of see things heading from here? If you were 5 years out, where do you see the league 5 years from now? And where do you see yourself in it?
And let's see. The league's been going on about a year at this point, maybe a little over since inception. So 5 years. I think hopefully we'll look back on this time and say that was great when we laid a good foundation for what we have now. But I think the sky's the limit, really. I mean, we've been growing at like an exponential rate, and I think we can still get larger. I think more expansion is coming inevitably. Not this season, but down the road for sure. And yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll get some sponsors down the line or something like that. 5 years, like I said, I hope we're still going. I've been in sim leagues long enough now that I've been in at least one that's ended since I've been. So I hope that doesn't happen. I hope we can keep this thing going and just keep having fun.
Well, with players like you as player reps, captains of teams, there's, as you put it, the sky is the limit. I think that we have the right resources in place to make this successful and with a lot of longevity. So with that, David, really wanted to thank you again for hopping on. As I close this out, you want to say a thank you to the fans that are watching today?
Most definitely. Well, thank you for having me on. This was a good time. Yeah, shout out to everyone in goals. I love hanging out, watching hockey with you guys, and shout out to Dublin, of course, for trying to finish the season out here on a good note, and yeah, get ready for the playoffs coming up here. But appreciate everybody.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.